Hello, Seattle. I'm Dr. Sean Broom, and you're listening to Fivesier, the only 5-minute Frasier podcast. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Fivesier for video episodes, including this episode and the next episode. That's right. We're doing 2 this week because we got a 2-parter coming up here. Season 4, episode 19, 3 dates and a breakup, part 1. Oh, doggy. I think this is the first 2-parter they've ever had on the show, so that's pretty exciting. I love that kind of stuff. We open up in Cafe Nervosa. The Bozo brothers are there, and Niles is complaining about the nuts and the biscottis, and Frasier's like, are there less nuts in here? And Frasier's like, fewer nuts and more money. It's what I've been striving for my whole career. Ha, 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 ha. Roz shows up all sweaty and disgusting from a jog, and she's like, I won't wear these shorts again. I'm all sweaty and chafing. It's like, damn, Roz, rub your thighs a little more. God damn. Niles isn't sure about coming to Frasier's fundraiser that night for the theater, though. He only wants to come and chase tail. He only wants to go there if there's going to be eligible bachelorettes there. So Frasier, Frasier's like, yeah, there'll be lots there. Don't even worry about it. You'll get your DW'd. It's all good. Frasier bought Sherry and Martin tickets to Nashville on Ice. So they're not at the fundraiser night because it's at Frasier's house. Oh my God. And Martin's so excited. He's like, ringside seats. I love it. So Sherry is there, and Martin's like, I'll get your coffee. She's like, you know how I like it, hot and sweet, and gives him a slap on the butt. And it's like, Sherry, I friggin' love you. You are the best. Roz meets Sherry, and it's like, oh my God, what a meeting of the minds. Roz and Sherry together at last. Oh, that's like beautiful. Those two are great. But then Sherry just torches Roz and is like, yeah, she sees how rough Roz is looking. She's like, yeah, we all have our rough days when we pass 40. Ouch, Sherry, that's brutal. Roz is devastated. Some guy is checking her out, though, and it's a guy she went to high school with. And she's like, oh my God, please, God, I swear I'll never leave the house unbeautiful again if you just don't let him talk to me. And then he starts talking to her. This guy was the biggest gossip at high school. Now he's going to a wedding of another classmate. Oh my God. So anyway, we're at the party. The party's going well. Frasier's hosting the shit out of it. A woman is making eyes at Niles, and now he's having a stroke. And Frasier's like, stop making that face. People will think the shrimp is bad, which is pretty funny. Frasier introduces her to Niles, and now he's making that face again. And oh no, she's interested in Frasier. Oh, and she's, oh, nice to meet you, Miles. Oh, brutal. So then another lady interrupts the party and thanks Frasier for the event, and then she wants him to say a few words. So he gives a good speech, and it's a good speech. No laughs in it at all. That's great. Another woman throws herself at him. Leslie, whoa, man. Great. Awesome, Frasier. Now you got 2 in the pocket. That's great. You're picking up cards left and right. He's as giddy as a schoolgirl. Niles takes a swing. He throws it at some lady at the party, and Frasier's like, I saw you talking to that woman. He goes, yes. Her lips said no, but her eyes said, read my lips, which that's pretty funny. I like that, Niles. That's good. And Niles is so jealous of Frasier. And Frasier's like, I'm a babe magnet. I'm like catnip. It's like, all right, calm down. And so Niles is like, oh, what? And Frasier's like, what about that woman? She's you making eyes? And Niles is like, no, I couldn't get rejected again. Frasier's like, well, since Cupid has been so generous stocking my quiver, I will try a shot on your behalf. And Niles goes, you're unbearable. And it's like real. It's like this real moment. It's uncomfortable. But anyway, Frasier approaches the lady and takes a shot for Niles. Then she ends up giving Frasier her card. Oh, brutal. Ugh. So then anyway, the next day at the show, Frasier tells Roz, he's like, oh, ask me what I'm doing this weekend. I got a date Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah. Roz is like, I don't care. I once had 3 dates on the same night, and I had time to defrost my fridge and rotate my tires afterwards. And Frasier's like, oh, okay. It's all right. So it's time for the date. Daphne is in the house. She's calling a steakhouse, putting on an American accent, being like, hey, how's it going? It's like, it's a pretty good accent. You know, before she was only able to say sure, and now she's speaking whole sentences. That's pretty good. Frasier goes, she goes, I'm learning to speak American. Frasier goes, who's your tutor? A drag queen? He's been so rude to her, though. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the date shows up. Everything's going great. Then Martin and Sherry shows up. Oh my God, that's terrible. And Martin wants Sherry to tell a joke, but she's like, and they're like, no, but then Sherry ruins things by telling the date that Frasier loves veal and he hates dogs and whatever, and Frasier had just told this woman that he's a vegetarian and he loves dogs, so then the date's over, and it's brutal. And then the next morning, Sherry and Martin are like having a bit of a fight, and Martin's being so testy with Sherry, and she goes over to the piano and whatever. There's a whole thing going on. They go into Martin's room, and then they like break up. And they actually like break up, and Sherry walks out and she goes, so long, kids, it was nice knowing you, and leaves the apartment, and I'm crushed. I'm at home going, hey baby, I hear the blues are calling, toss salads and scrambled eggs. Oh my, Sherry, come back to us. We love you. Maybe I seem a bit confused. Yeah, maybe, but I got you pegged. Martin's relieved. Just kidding, but I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're Oh, the gang. Martin's all relieved that things are over. He goes into the kitchen. Then Niles calls and Frasier tells him what happens. He goes, no, I don't think that's appropriate. We shouldn't be celebrating too soon. And then that's the end of part 1. Martin and Sherry
Frasier
broken up. Oh, my heart.